killed by a perfect storm. After the 300 riders left Corpus Christi early in the morning, I surged ahead and rode as fast as I could to get near to San Antonio before the wind turned. About 45 miles into the journey, I had problems fixing a flat tire on my bike until a help car arrived. I lost 25 minutes changing the tire. The team inside the car told me I had fallen too far behind and would have to finish my ride unless I gave my all to catch up to the bicycles 4 kilometers ahead. So I rode hard. Then the wind switched, and I faced the full power of the wind alone. I also endured 86 degrees Fahrenheit temps. To catch up to the others, I worked hard despite the physical strain. 20 miles later, the crew stopped me on the northern side of the highway. My ride ended under the bridge we were approaching when I tried to catch up with the others. So I stopped biking. Being so exhausted after 65 miles, my NDE was really disappointing. That was when I knew I was in trouble. When adrenaline left my system, my body started shutting down. It felt like my organs were failing. 3 nurses on the crew noticed my quick decline. They suggested another cyclist help me move, but it was too late. I dropped from dizziness. I thought, my life is finished, Lord, when I looked up at the patchy cumulus clouds and blue sky. Now you have it. No fear during the whole event. Actually, I was glad. I was helping others by volunteering with bicycle charities, but I privately felt this world was cruel and was glad to go. Over the years, doubters tried to disprove my narrative by stating I wanted to live, thus I had hallucinations. My mindset during the NDE was key. I boldly told them I didn't want to live anymore and was pleased to depart the horrible world. My subconscious mind should have let me die, but something incredible happened that day. I thought myself a peculiar Christian, but I never understood why I was atheistic during my death. I expected to lose consciousness and die, but I never did. I felt that I was gaining a superconsciousness, like the deceased persons who visited me from earlier experiences and insights. I lay down like my earthly body, face up and looking at the skies, dying. Things went strange. My NDE experience. I enjoy math, however my incidents occurred in 1986, before I was familiar with quantum physics. It seemed like I had a quantum quandary going from life to death, and back again. I was in my body and somewhere at once. My body seemed to entangle from point A, where my body was dead, to place B, where my spirit was. I didn't think I existed, so why did I have superconscious thoughts while traveling? It nearly felt like my composition fell apart, and an unknown force turned me into an unlimited number of vibrational string frequencies that became matter particles. My bearings were lost. I was up, down, sideways, here, there, everywhere, and nowhere in a non-existent location. I was temporarily blinded by my dying process, so I couldn't see a tunnel or bright light. This event would be terrifying for most people, but I liked every minute of it. Even though my experiences were weird, I was in awe of the world around me, wondering what would happen next. I never worried about dying. See all the magnificent marvels around me made me too joyful. I never could see, talk, or move there, but I didn't care because I thought it was temporary. I needed time to get used to this lovely, serene place I could only see in my dreams. My superconscious sensed them. They came to me and softly enveloped me with astonishing, unadulterated, pure love and compassion. It was amazing, and these non-human creatures wrapped me with home, family, and love. I hope everyone could experience genuine love. I couldn't talk to these gentle, loving entities, but I tried to tell them I was okay and wouldn't freak out about all my strange and scary experiences because I'm a weird person and have an open mind. Nothing frightens me. Then these wonderful animals suddenly left me and bowed down without warning. It surprised me. I worried they were in peril, but when I thought about their circumstances, I realized that they were kneeling down with lovely grins of respect and admiration. They watched a royal figure approach. I was thrilled for my new spiritual friend's family to see perfection approaching. Then I was surprised, since this magnificent royal figure wasn't there to see them. It came within an inch of my face and smiled with the same concern a parent would have for their children after an accident. I couldn't see, hear, smell, or taste, but my feelings returned. This royal smiled and lightly asked, "My kid, why are you here?" "Not your time here. I must return you." This magnificent figure sensed my worries and said, Don't worry. Return to Earth and make mistakes, but live your best life and exhibit unconditional love to everyone you meet, just like my subjects do for you. Don't worry about my credibility. Just trust that everyone you encounter will be touched by your experience and let me judge them if necessary. I was tenderly picked up by this royal form and returned to my body billions of light years away. The return to Earth was more calmer. I felt like I entered the environment, cumulus clouds, and then my body, where my organs started working again. The 3 nurses who were desperately saving my life said the first words. The head nurse said, "His pulse is absent." The man has no pulse. He has a pulse. Sounds like she sighed in relief. Several exhausted, furious riders threw me onto a trailer. I kept waking and falling asleep. The cold breeze made me tremble uncontrollably. Smiled because I knew I wouldn't die again because it wasn't my time. I slept as much as possible while crammed onto the trailer with other bikers. When our trailer was less than 10 miles from our destination, everyone demanded I get on my bike and finish the journey since I would be angry otherwise. After having the ride of my life, the finish line everyone wanted me to reach seemed insignificant. I silently thought, wow, returning to this world is going to be much tougher than I expected. In conclusion, I traveled billions of light years from my body. My adventure blinded me, so I don't know if it was in a tunnel. In addition, highly loving non-human entities comforted me with unconditional love, family, and home. A regal person unexpectedly decided if I may stay with them. It was decided. I must return to Earth, where I live blissfully, but I wish I could have stayed. The final and most irritating element of my ordeal is that I'm just speculating that the royal figure was Jesus Christ, but it never identified itself. I can't tell it's him for sure. Perhaps our religious beliefs come into play in near-death experiences. Didn't want us to become caught up in religious doctrine. This royal figure may have been Jesus, Mictlantecuhtli, Ereshkigal, Yamra, Anubis, Hecate, Odin, etc., but it is the link to our Creator, which gives me calm. My narrative should have amazed, entertained, and inspired you to live your best life while you're on Earth.